In real life, hackers are stereotyped as annoying people who sit behind desks, steal data, break systems for fun, and just generally exploit exploits in our continually more technologically reliant world. Oh, and ignore that kid in school who just learned what HTML is and now claims to be capable of hacking anything and anyone simply by looking at it. They are not a hacker. They are just an irritating, attention-seeking little In the world of Cyberpunk 2077, however, hackers are a much more serious deal. In a society where everyone is chromed the fuck up to such an extent that the very continuation of their lives is reliant on the flawless running of their cyberware, a skilled quick hacker can literally take your life into their hands. In terms of gameplay mechanics, a quick hacker's most important tool is without a doubt their Cyberdeck, as well as the arsenal of various quick hacks they choose to bring into battle, which can do anything from rendering opponents blind all the way to literally making them kill themselves. There's no doubt, quick hackers can pull off some pretty insane feats. It's even more impressive that from the outset, they can simply appear to be standing there staring at an opponent. But how does one become a quick hacker on par with the likes of, say, Lucy from Cyberpunk Edgerunners? Well, that's a pretty unattainable goal in the game itself, a little like fully becoming David Martinez with the Sandevistan, though this video of mine will get you pretty close to that one if you want to go check it out after you're done here. However, what this video will show you is just what each of the best Cyberdecks in Cyberpunk 2077 can do, as well as providing you with my ranking of the top 5, plus an honourable mention, Cyberdecks in game. Oh, and one more thing, sorry if my microphone quality sounds utterly shit in this video. I tried for a day to fix it, something updated on the software somewhere, and to no avail. So sorry, A, this video is a day late, and B, the microphone sounds shit. I'm still working on it and have absolutely no idea what to do. Let's get into it. Down in 5th place is the Fuyutsuki Tinkerer Mk.4, which can be bought from the West Wing estate Pacifica Ripperdock. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a bad cyberdeck by any means. In fact, none of the decks on this list really are. It's just, well, there's nothing really specific going for it compared to others. The RAM recovery is great, really useful for sending out quick hack after quick hack. The duration of 50% and spread of 40% are both useful, of course, though not massively noticeable in combat. Now, for the testing out segment here, I will once again be trialling them all on the Lord Giveth and Taketh Away gig, same as we did with the Sandevistan and Berserk. I figure it's fairer that way. Do bear in mind though, this is going to be tackled a bit differently to those videos, as running in guns blazing won't exactly show off the full capabilities of those Cyberdecks now, will it? One thing I've really struggled with here in terms of performing this test fairly is just which quick hacks to bring out with me. These can massively affect the way each Cyberdeck plays, and some favour certain types of quick hacks over others. Problem is, I can't test these all on a level playing field if I'm loading out different quick hacks each time. It'll just throw too many variables into the mix. I mean, I could try to structure a perfect build around each, but I'm really trying to focus just on the Cyberdecks here, and it would get very complicated very quickly. I'll cover Cyberdeck builds in a future video, and for now, we'll simply take out a balanced set of quick hacks to be used with each Cyberdeck. These will include Ping, since it's super useful and some Cyberdecks have ping specialisms. Reboot Optics, a medium-priced covert quick hack. Cyber Psychosis, an expensive legendary ultimate. Overheat, a cheap combat hack. Weapon Glitch, a control hack, and Synapse Burnout, which is a fun, medium-priced combat quick hack. Hopefully this strikes a good balance, so please share your favourite Cyberdeck quick hack combinations in the comments so I can explore them in future videos. Also note, I'm going to be quite minimalist on quick hacking perks here so as to minimise interference with the Cyberdeck base stats. As we get in here with the Fuyutsuki, the first thing I noticed was just how damn long it takes quick hacks to upload. Now this of course scales with the amount of RAM needed to execute a quick hack, and certain pieces of frontal cortex cyberware can seriously increase the RAM in your Cyberdeck. However, when assessing the base time taken for this, and many other Cyberdecks to be fair, it's a little annoying. If you want to do this full stealth mode, it takes ages and there's more risk involved. If you want to run in and go around hacking enemies, it's gonna be more dangerous. It wasn't long before I got bored and decided to make my presence known to these guys. Then I felt the need to take guns out in order to thin them out a bit when they swarmed me. The thing is, quick hacks certainly helped here, but they didn't fully cover it by themselves, and I don't know, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. But with this good, though reasonably bland Cyberdeck out the way, it's on to number 4. The Raven Microcyber Mk.4 will ensure you win any game of rock paper scissors in a fight against fellow netrunners. This is due to the unique effect that it takes an enemy netrunner 100% longer to hack you if you have this Cyberdeck equipped. It's basically got really good antivirus. Beyond that, it's also a pretty decent Cyberdeck with a 6-unit RAM recovery every 60 seconds and an increased quick hack spread of 60%. If you think you'll be going up against a lot of netrunners sometime soon, you can pick this one up from Robert/Dr. Chrome. Admittedly, the nature of my test meant I didn't really get to experience its main intended purpose. All that much, anyway. I'll need a future video where I focus on specific Cyberdeck builds for that. One massive positive I can say about it is that I never really found myself running out of RAM, though perhaps that's because I kept resorting to guns again as enemies swarmed me. Sorry. Overall, this was another enjoyable all-rounder and gives you a unique edge over other netrunners. It's clear from looking at the stats of the Arasaka MK.4 that this is a clear-cut stealth cyberdeck. The RAM cost of covert quick hacks is decreased by 2, quick hacking a pinged enemy will reset ping, allowing you to continue to see enemies' locations. If you do have to use combat quick hacks, their duration is increased by 40%. This can be bought from the Rippler dock in downtown city centre. I think of missions like the warehouse when I look at this cyberdeck, sneaking through like a ghost, hacking enemies from behind corners or high above. I imagine it would pair excellently with optical camo. Honestly, it's at times like these I think there must be a fairer way to test these to their full ability within the same combat scenario. Alas, on with this same mission again. I started off being ultra stealthy, as was intended with this one, going so far as to distract enemies by giving one cyber psychosis. It was going brilliantly, until I forgot I hadn't equipped my sniper with a silencer. This was probably for the best though, as it forced me to test out the combat side of this cyberdeck as well. Overall, pretty decent. Not too different from the rest, mind you. I find once enemies engage me, the most effective way to deal with them is just to use combat quick hacks like overheat and synapse burnout. This of course makes sense, as well I'm in combat. And whilst the others certainly help, it's clear they're more oriented for situations wherein you wish to avoid combat. And the cyber psychosis hack honestly just keeps reminding me of the berserk darts from Assassin's Creed, and I can't get it out of my head.
Screw it. I will poison you. That's right, now go and kill each other.
That was footage from around the time I first started making YouTube videos. 9 years ago. And I'm honestly so surprised I still have that. It's been a long road, my friends. Anyway, the Arasaka MK.4. Stealthy, and probably the best fit for missions where you don't want to get detected. It's been a real tough decision between the final two. Not only are they both excellent in their own right, but they have vastly different specialisms. One isn't necessarily better than the other, they're just both very different. However, for the sake of this list, at our number 2 spot sits the Tetratronic Rippler MK.4. This can be bought from our favourite secret DJ Ripperdoc, Nina Kraviz. It allows ultimate quick hacks to spread once, things like our Cyber Psychosis, which is an insanely good ability. It also reduces the RAM cost of ultimate quick hacks by 3. It's clear what type of quick hack this deck is oriented towards. Cooldown is also reduced by 45%, and without a doubt, the most notable feature is a massive 75% reduction in quick hack upload time. Now, if you've been paying much attention to the other fights, you'll notice the insane difference here. Uploads are done in fractions of a second. It's essentially 4 times faster. More for ultimate quick hacks. Imagine cyber psychosis spreading to multiple enemies. It can cause massive disruption to a gang hideout whilst you sit on the sidelines and sip a Jackie Wells. This is the fastest cyberdeck to use by far, and I love it. I just have one little gripe, and I reckon it's a fixable gripe with other cyberware, as I mentioned earlier. However, this cyberdeck does very little in the ways of RAM recovery. One thing I kept noticing in this fight was that I wasn't recovering enough RAM to perform the ultimate quick hacks like Cyber Psychosis that I wanted to do. I get it, this thing is powerful, it needs nerfing. It's just a shame to put such a heavy focus on ultimate quick hacks as well as literal, well, quick hacking, then not allow you to perform so many hacks in quick succession. Like I say, this is probably easily fixable, and a bunch of people will hopefully comment exactly how to negate this problem. Thank those people. Those people are awesome. So, if you want super speedy hacking, and fuck it, let's call this fun hacking, because, well, it is just more fun. If you want fun hacking, then seriously, pick up the Tetratronic Rippler MK.4. Before we get on to number 1, I just want to give an honourable mention to a very excellent cyberdeck, the Stephenson MK.4. This is a great piece of kit which can be bought from the Ripperdoc in Pacifica. Much like the Tetratronic, it reduces cooldown by 45%. Also, much like the Tetratronic, it reduces quick hack upload time, but only by 25%. Figured out why it's only an honourable mention yet? Look, I just don't understand why anybody would pick this when you can pick a very similar deck that's just better. better. The only different stat the Stephenson has is an increased combat quick hack duration of 50%. So I guess if you want speed but also want your quick hacks to last longer, choose this. But honestly, come on, I don't see it as enough of a departure to justify why it should be favoured over the utterly insane Tetratronic. This run did also bring to my attention how useful reboot optics can be though, which was fun to see, for me anyway. The other guy couldn't see. Overall though, despite being very good, the Stephenson hasn't quite made this list officially. Sorry if this is your favourite. Of course, at number 1 is probably the game's most well-known cyberdeck, the Netwatch NetDriver Mark.5. This is literally developed by the Net Police, and it's no wonder it's going to be packing some insane features. This can be purchased over in Wellsprings, Haywood. It offers a recovery rate of 9 RAM units per minute, which means this cyberdeck does not have the same issue as I had with the Tetratronic not recovering RAM fast enough. Overall though, this thing is clearly designed for offensive combat. You know, swearing at your enemies, calling them names, whatnot. Fuck off, you twat-faced chrome junkie! You can actually say this to 3 people at a time, as offensive quick hacks can be uploaded to 3 targets at once if they're within a 6-meter radius of you. It's great for getting out of bad situations, if you're surrounded, say. It also increases the damage dealt by 30%. Guess that insult really did sting. Finally, quick hack spread distance is increased by 60%, which is great for having a bigger overall effect in combat. The best tactic I found when using this cyberdeck was to run around the place sticking enemies with different quick hacks until they've all either killed each other or died from my combat effects. This was one of the most fun runs I've had with a cyberdeck and kind of harkens back to the more chaotic, don't give a fuck style that we went with for Sandevistan and Berserk trials. Hell, maybe I'm just so used to those I've forgotten that other playstyles exist. But alas, Netwatch have produced, probably, the most powerful and balanced cyberdeck in the game. If you want to be a real quick hacker, an unstoppable ghost who marches onto the battlefield and seemingly breathes tech malfunctions into the air, then this is the one for you. Unless you want to breathe tech malfunctions into the air more quickly, of course, then it's the Tetratronic. Probably. Let me know down in the comments your favourite cyberdeck and quick hacks in Cyberpunk 2077. If you have any excellent cyberdeck and quick hack combinations you want to share, I'd love to hear about them. As I said, now that the main operating systems have all been basically covered, I'm going to be delving into more specific build ideas and see how it goes. You guys have been a fantastic source of advice and ideas for me thus far, so thank you. And keep it up. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, as it helps to send it spiraling up into that algorithmic machine. Also, if you haven't already, please do subscribe, as we are so close to that 1,000 sub goal. That last video really helped actually, so thank you to everyone who showed their support on that. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, I'm Sam Bram, and I'll see you in another video.